Alright guys, going live. I'm back to Kontiki and I wanted to show you this place. How far back here this is. It throws a lot of people off. You'll see when we come into the boatyard what the setup was. This is the road on the way going back to Glade's Boatyard. And then I'm gonna show you what we got done. We'll do a little live. Hey, what's happening? Good evening, good evening. I'm driving on the road, headed back into Glade's Boatyard, and I figured run a little bit behind, so that was a good idea to show you what it looks like. A lot of people don't realize that this is a lot of what Florida is. I think they sort of think about Disney World, and look here what you got. This is the most of what Florida is on the inland areas. Cattle land. Look at them cows. All right, I'm heading back in. They just roam all over out here. It is fenced areas and they do move them about. But yeah, it's kind of cool the way it goes back here, you'll see. So the Caloosahatchee River is right straight in front of you now. We're going to turn for a second here, but I'm going to give you a kind of little look around. It's kind of neat. We don't have a cow run into us. Hey guys, let's see where y'all from. Kind of hard to ride and read, but this is the road heading back into Glade's Boatyard, giving you a little tour. Cattle running everywhere. Y'all, if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps on the algorithm. I see you already comment and tell us where you're from. Michigan. Whoo, it's cold up there. Texas, North Carolina. Lakeland, huh? Oh yeah. I'll be back over that way again tomorrow night. I live in Polk County, if you didn't know it, down in Alturas. Ohio checking in. A couple Ohios. North Carolina. All right, here we go, coming into the boatyard. Out in the middle of nowhere is this boatyard. What a great boatyard. Glade's Boat Storage. 50-ton lift is what that sign says. And look at the size of this place. It's huge. Some of these boats I imagine will never move. Some will. I was talking to the girl the other day. She says a lot of them, people stay up on them there. Some of these are pretty nice. I think as you work towards the back, chances of coming out is slim to none. And then you get up here to the front row areas. This is where the boats that are working once we pass here. This first row, first and second row, third row, right here to your left. These are all boats people are actually working on, and I'm gonna do a little drive through here, let you see it. See the river out there? That's Caloosahatchee River right there. So these are all lined up against the river. And this is a working boatyard, man. There's people out, there's stuff going on out here all the time. Here's one of them big old lifts. That's a travel lift. That's what picks your boat up and moves it. Kind of give you a check out this boat. They have totally redone the side of that on both sides. Some of these they've put that top up there on that one. Doing that there. There's some of these boats that I don't think will ever leave. Kontiki. Pretty interesting. Show you what we got going there. I'm circling around. I'll circle back. We'll show you what we got done for today. Look at this big old thing. It's huge. Huge. A lot of nicer boats. Guys, we'll answer as many questions as we can here in a little bit. Just kind of giving you this tour going in. This is the office area here. Got nice little bathroom, showers, what have you. And then we'll come up. Probably last time I'm bringing my trailer down. It's right here to the left. Because you'll see what we're getting done. Live at 5, baby. All right. Coming in. All right, guys, we're going to show you what we got going on up here. Ain't going to believe it. Well, you'll believe it. We're happy to be to this point, for sure. We live. Coming up.
I saw you driving up.
Did you?
I was watching.
All right.
There were 47 other people.
Yep. This is D'Artagnan. Y'all know him from Zoffingers. So, y'all know this guy? And both of these engines are in the holes. That's why we have this sitting here. They are in the hole.
Yep. Life is good.
Life is good. Let me turn this around here. We're just going to do a quick live. Just wanted to give you a little update. And then answer a few questions. And we'll call it a day.
It's been a long day. I'm tired.
I know, me too. Turn this camera around.
You're poking people again.
Yeah, people say I'm poking them. This thing actually works out pretty good.
Oh, that's very cool. That's a very cool thing. One of those.
Where you at? Oh, I turned you. Turn the camera.
Oh boy. Come on, Mike. You can put a motor in a boat.
Can't set a darn camera up.
Good grief, man. There it is. I can see me in the sun.
All right.
I bet I can remedy that.
All right, guys. Yeah, we're good. We're good. It's all good. Got the puppies here. See them? Yep. They're happy too because they've been stuck in there.
Yeah, we're kind of like doing the limbo to get out of the boat because there's just so much stuff all over the place.
You'll see, I guess, when we do our videos, but we had that big lift in here, and there was very little room to move. So we wanted to get those motors in there, so we can at least get that big lift out of here, and they can move around. Mm-hmm. So we made it.
Yes.
There's 2 motors sitting in the hole.
Yep.
So what's our
the agenda?
What's the agenda? We'll talk quickly about the agenda, and then we'll answer a few questions.
We're going to check to see if anybody predicted when I'm going to be splashing the boat correctly or not.
No, they were all early like we were.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we're crooked. Dang on it.
Don't be crooked.
Can't be crooked. As soon as I get it straight, it wants to turn.
You can't use a bubble level because we're on a boat.
I may end up there, D'Artagnan. There we
go. He's still crooked.
I'm still crooked. Y'all might just have to be crooked because. Oh, here we go.
The goal today is to drink beer. That's it. We've already achieved the rest of the goals.
Yep.
This is the only one that I'm still working on.
Yep.
Tomorrow, the next day, the day after that, it's put on the light stuff. Water pump, alternator, intake manifold, valve covers, distributor, heat exchanger, starter, the couplers for the propeller.
I'll take it there. I'll save this one for
later. There you go. So yeah, the sparkle wires, spark plugs. I mean, it's just there's a long list, none of which are really daunting in their own right, but there's still a long list.
You know what? I wanted to show that road. I thought it was kind of cool coming in. I was showing them the cows and everything. Yeah. But you know it's live at 5 and at 5 o'clock somewhere. D'Artagnan, put it up there. Give us y'all open a cold beer with us. We think we're showing up. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that. Had the music going in the background. 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
We had a good day. We got it done.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till you see the video. It was definitely precarious.
Yeah, and the last one was the quickest.
Yeah.
I had been describing it to my buddy D'Artagnan, and he said to me today, he's like, it seemed like it wasn't that terrible, and it's because we've learned it.
Yeah.
We took out both motors, and then we put one in already, and then today we put in the other one, and it was we learned from our mistakes how to hook the chain up so that the thing is in the right position, so it goes back in correctly.
And we kind of knew that, but you sort of forget the stuff. And this motor was hanging precariously.
Yeah.
And we had to reposition it, drop it, and reposition the chain. And we, of course, on this motor, we had that fresh in our mind. And we,
there's still a lot of stress though, because you find yourself underneath this motor that's dangling from chains. And if the chain were to break, it could land on you and pinch your arm off, or it could go through the bottom of the boat, or there's so many disastrous things that could happen like that.
And
so now that it's over and that the heavy stuff is in the hole, I'm like, whew, now I ain't gonna worry about skinning my knuckles or something like that.
And driving that home, we hadn't really said this, but I have a chain that I've used to lift 3 motors at least. No more. I probably helped with that chain on yours, but
we're
anyways,
retiring that chain.
Yeah, we're going to get. Well, I might use it to farm, but it ain't using for motor.
No.
When we first was lifting this motor,
the very first one,
and this chain is made for this. It's what it's made for. We had it hooked on both ends, and we had that sucker up 4 to 6 inches, something like that.
Yeah.
And it slipped off. That would have been disastrous if it would have been up here. It would have went right through the bottom of his boat.
For a 3-foot fall, when you weigh 700 pounds, by the time you hit the ground, your kinetic energy equals what? 35,000 pounds or something like that.
So of course,
right through the boat.
When that happens, you're like super tense. And then we didn't have another chain. We redone it, repositioned it, and all. But then the very next day, we went and bought a new one. Yeah. And that chain is so much better. And we'll mention that in the video. I've used this other chain several times, very successfully. But with a little different setup. I use lift points, and we were using this around bolts. So
yeah, we were a little skittish the whole time as a result.
Yeah,
we expected it to fall off at any moment, but so you be careful. We did have a fan show up and complimented us, saying that you guys are doing good. You're being safe and you're being smart, and moving slow, and I was still on alert mode, so I'm like, really? Are we? Because I feel like this is very dangerous.
We employed a lot of safety sticks, like in the fire service when we would lift something. You never lifted it more than a few inches, and then you put cribbing under it. So we had 2x4s that we basically did cribbing. So every time we moved that thing around, we had safety stuff under it. If a chain broke, you couldn't help that. Yeah. It's still going to go through the bottom of the boat, but
if it fell probably 6 inches, it might go right through a 2x4.
Yeah.
But so it was still kind of precarious, but
we'll show you how we did it. It was interesting.
I've got so much footage.
Yeah.
I've got a couple SD cards that are sitting inside there, so full, like 60 gigs each or whatever it is, and I can't put them on the computer because the computer's full of stuff. So I got a ton of editing to do. Man, I got that to do, and I got all that stuff that I mentioned that I got to wrench together still. So
going forward, because I'm sure the questions are, and I can't read the questions. Should have brought the laptop, but I actually left it. So the plan is, Marty, I got to go back in town for just a couple 3 days. All Marty's got to do, tomorrow morning. First of all, tomorrow morning we got to put the intakes on both. Right, and then he can do all the peripherals, the water pumps, raw pumps.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident.
Oh yeah, he can do all.
And what's really neat is my understanding of these motors is so much better than it was when I started. So, that's a good position to be in if you're going to go on a long journey.
It is.
I'm looking at the bright side the whole time.
So we're shooting for. I planned on being back down here Wednesday afternoon, and. If everything goes well, we'll splash it either that day. I guess we got to work around the boatyard too. But if everything's going well, we can't really crank it.
Thank you. Your questions, brother.
Thanks. He gave me so people get freaked out when you're looking down and you're looking at the phone. It's like you're disrespecting them.
People get freaked out no matter what you do.
But
just keep doing what you're doing, whatever you do.
But we will. I told him I want to be here for the crank, so we're hoping. Thursday is the first engine crank.
Yeah. And then what we've got are new water pumps. The raw water pumps are new. They're the old ones, but they're very simple. I did replace the impellers, so that's nice. The alternators are new. all these things, they have like bearings and stuff, and when they turn, if they're old or they're going out, they'll make noise. So they should be quieter. They should be more efficient. And then the starters are brand new. Well, the guy that took apart the first starter, he said that he didn't know how it was working. It was in such bad shape. So we got new starters. I've got some bling I can show you right here. I can't tell you how happy I am with this. This thing's freaking awesome. You see that right there? Where right here? That is a choke, which didn't work on the old ones. Imagine that. So these are not only going to work great, but I've got 2 of these brand new carburetors. I mentioned the water pumps and the starter. The heat exchangers should be okay. The exhaust manifolds were just like new. They're 3 months old or something, so I shouldn't have any problems there. I got new gauges, so when I'm upstairs at the glance with my eyes, I'll be able to tell that the temperature's right. There's so many new systems.
Renee, super chat for some beers. Thank you. There has been a lot of work. Yes, it has been a lot of work.
Yeah, and the beers taste good at the end of a long day.
Yeah, we had subscribers today stop by with some beer. Was coming from the Keys. Stopped in and dropped some off.
It was a weird moment because like the wheels of the engine hoist were literally that close to the hole where they could fall in and everything could go south. And we got 2x4s and we're prying this and we're being careful of that and we're cribbing that, and just somebody came up to the back of the boat, like stuck their head in. They're like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, I was registering the fact that there's somebody that I don't know that's on my boat right now, but I can't look at that right now. And he just sat quietly for a moment, for quite a while actually, until we had everything kind of in a place where it was controlled. The motor was still dangling, but everything seemed like, okay, we can walk away from this. And then we were like, hey, what's up? You know, and we addressed him, we took some pictures, and he had brought us beer and stuff, so he was patient with us. But the second he poked his head in was a very, very tense moment. So he got a bit of reality, I guess, when he showed up.
Tommy from New York, what's up, buddy? Ventures of Happier Hours. We'll be seeing him when we get up that way. Here's a good question. Statement from Buffalo, New York. We know it too. You guys have it made. You guys have it made with the shorts. Definitely have it good. Did you guys decide what to do with the oil hose? I know a lot of you don't know. I'll let Marty tell you what we did with that.
That problem is solved. I bought
he said, hose. Why not just high pressure PSI hose?
The hose that we have running those systems now, those remote oil filters, which I needed a remote oil filter. That was, people were like, don't just eliminate that and just put an oil filter. I couldn't get to it. So that wasn't an option. So what we did is we got high pressure hoses that are good for like 4,500 pounds of pressure. They're crimped. These are like hydraulic lines that you would use on a tractor or something. So we don't have to worry about that ever again.
If we do, it's the hose manufacturer's fault, not ours.
We just got to make sure that we're in enough water. We don't run aground, don't hit rocks. And...
Woo! Our producer said, miss you guys. Rich, what's up? Wish you was here, buddy.
Richie.
Yes, Dane Cold in New York doing all indoor projects. I bet you are. Mm-hmm. It's a wonder more people don't live in Florida. Never understood it. This is our winters. Winter.
Wait till August.
Yeah.
That's why people don't live
That's why we want to be up there where y'all are in August. Hoping that water's as cool as everybody says it is.
See, with the Live at 5, what you can start doing is you come out from Florida and you take a picture of it, a still picture with a slide rule. We got about 12 inches of sunshine at 9 o'clock in the morning.
We had all those memes about how, the only ice we have are margaritas and stuff. The only salt there is on the rim,
So Peter says, bet those motors will sound like a beast. I bet they will whenever they fire up. And I was showing him all the boats back in the back when we were coming in, saying Mike said earlier that many of those boats will never leave the yard, never move again. And he's like, what? Exclamation points. It's true. It's true. There's a lot of boats back there that come to die, and they'll stay here. They won't ever. Somebody will come by them, or they'll end up getting cut up or whatever. You can tell which ones are headed that way.
I see my fair share of derelicts that,
Yeah.
you know, they're just they're so heavily modified sometimes by folks who shouldn't be modifying boats, and then they get put by the wayside, and eventually it's cheaper to scrap them
Yeah.
than to fix them.
Thank God they're on the hard and not out there in the water, because we see so many boats around that go derelict and they sink because of that.
And it's a shame because
Yeah.
there are some boats here that are so cool. They're dirty. They've been sitting for a long time, but you look at the base. Oh my gosh, big boats, lots of room. Very, very beautiful boats that unfortunately just sit and never get enjoyed.
You know, I think a lot of people, it's like many things in life. People have high, big ideas, but they don't have to follow through.
How many people have garages filled with
That's
stuff
right.
that they never use?
Projects.
All the toys.
Projects.
Yeah, D'Artagnan's putting his head down. Yes, and you buy something and the thrill of the hunt is gone and you have it and then you don't want to use it because it takes some effort to use it, I guess, or whatever it is. And treadmills, kayaks, all kinds of terrible things.
On the press, race car.
Yeah, our fellows down in Texas says it's been 30 degrees. What's happening out there? Y'all supposed to be warm like us.
It's global
Y'all
warming.
supposed to be sporting the shorts too.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Y'all need to keep that over there on the other side of the Gulf.
That's what's good about growing up in New York is I know how to drive on ice and snow and stuff. For 2 years I had a motorcycle and that was it. So 2 wheels in freezing temperatures and freezing rain and slush and ice and black ice and all these other treacherous things. I know how to drive through that. And people who grew up in the South and never dealt with ice.
That's why it freaked them all out.
You can't deal with that. Now, conversely, I mean, people up north never dealt with the heat.
Yeah.
They come down here, they don't know how to deal with that. And I've worked on rooftops in Florida for 10 years, so my bag of tricks is getting pretty eclectic. I guess.
Couple things. They're talking about somebody asking about where the puppies are. Right below us. They was on camera. You might have come in late.
Yep.
Hey,
They're in the cage. They're tired from all the beatings all day.
that's funny. Mike Poole said you guys should be smoking brisket right about now.
And that's like,
What did we just have?
Ribs.
Ribs on the grill, baby.
they were
Bring out a
D'Artagnan.
plate.
Matter of fact, we still got the plate of them. D'Artagnan hooked us
oh my
up.
God, they're so good.
Yeah. So I was telling D'Artagnan that
I smell like barbecue sauce.
I bought a new little smoker box that goes in my grill for the boat, and I did that so that when I'm underway, and Marty's driving behind me, he gonna smell them ribs smoking all day. Or we get it's gonna drive him crazy. But yeah, we got
Plates
it.
in there.
Yeah, I see it.
Here you go. Everybody always likes to see
Just
that. Look at that.
I mean, that's falling off the bone, kind of delicious.
There's the puppies.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
puppies. What?
They're like, what? You're giving us ribs? No.
Was it possible to install fuel injection? I'm sure anything's possible,
Of
but
course, yes. But
we did enough modifications as is. I don't want. Somebody asked how we met. We actually met on the dock at Shell Point Marina. Actually then we were doing the same thing, working on motors. Marty was working on his, I was working on mine.
Yep. I got used motors back then.
I had the ones like doing the same thing we did here, and yeah, that's where we met. Dog treats, Texas Tiger dog treats, $5 for the dog treat. You gotta remind me of that one.
Okay.
How Marty staying cool with no AC? Good. Hey, that's a good question.
D'Artagnan actually brought a standalone air conditioning unit. That's right. We needed air conditioning. If you ever.
It was supposed to snow and it didn't, so I had to bring the AC.
Thanks. I really appreciate that. So really, he mentioned that he was gonna come and bring me some stuff that I had ordered from like Bullfrog Creek Marine, like oil filters, carburetors, oil pads. There was a whole bunch of stuff that he was bringing, and he was like, "Dude, I have this air conditioner. Do you want it?" And I'm like, "I don't know if I have space for it. I don't really want it." So anywho, he shows up with it, and it was a piece of cake to set it up. And then that first night, it had been 90 degrees here. This was a couple days ago. During the day, it's 90 degrees. That means in the boat, as the sun goes down, you look at the thermostat, and it's like 87 degrees and humid in the cabin of the boat. It's not exactly ideal sleeping conditions. So I set it up. I set up the standalone air conditioning unit in the boat, and you just plug it in. It does not require water to flow, which is why I can't run my AC. Because the boat has air conditioning, but not when you're on the hard. So thanks to D'Artagnan, I was sleeping with no humidity in about 74 degrees, and the dogs weren't panting, and everything was wonderful. So thank you for that.
Peter Trout said ribs on the Barbie, nice. He's cooking on the patio, and they were without power for 5 days in Houston. Yeah, we're hearing all that.
Yeah, when thing happens, you start thinking about stuff like generators, solar, something. Having lived through a couple of storms. I don't want to say hurricane. I mean, we've had hurricanes that kind of skirt Tampa, but enough to knock tree limbs down and leave us without power sometimes for a week or so. And you remember that.
Yep.
So you want to be able to charge your phones so that you can get information out to your loved ones that you're still okay, and you want to be sure to have water. Living on a boat teaches you all these things to be self-sustainable, almost like a prepper, so that you have enough food, you got enough water and electricity and gasoline and all the essentials, so that if you're without power, no big deal, like being on the hook for a couple of weeks.
Connor said you should have slept on Good Times. It was just as hot on Good Times.
Yeah, and Good Times is a 20-minute drive from here.
Yeah,
and I don't have a car, so
it's a good little ways. We don't. The marina I'm in, the Good Times is that it doesn't have power, and then of course it don't have power, and I've been having some little issues with my solar, which I think I have figured out. But I can run the generator and run the fans, and it's comfortable at night. But a couple of those days when it starts getting like 80, mid 80s, and the humidity's up, that's very uncomfortable.
You just sleep like this.
Yeah. If you're in the water, it's better.
Like, oh, God.
Yeah. If it's in the water,
don't move. That's all there is.
if you're in the water, it's good because you got the coolness from the
breeze,
water on your boat, and it's keeping your boat, at a good temperature.
Yeah.
Up on the hard like this, it's tough.
Yep. And when it gets cold, when it gets down to the 30s and stuff here, which it has, since I've been in this boatyard.
It was 53 this morning.
Yeah, it was cold this morning. It was very cold.
Turn off the AC.
I did not. Yeah, no. It was so terrible. But listen to him. I'm not complaining. No, but I guess I am complaining a little bit. But it was cold. I can't even complain. I'm just gonna shut up.
Kuda said, "When's the last kitchen job, Mike?" I'm finishing one probably by Wednesday, and then I have one more mid March, and then that's it. Those are all done.
You got to start doing kitchens on boats.
Yeah, I guess. Pay for all this fuel.
You pull up Good Times right next to them and just hop from boat to boat and do your job.
Here's a question: instead of marine AC, can you get heat pumps for not that much more money? The problem with that is electrical draw. These the onboard systems that require water. What he's telling you why he has to be in the water. That's what cools them. But you have the compressor, and then you have a separate 110 pump that has to draw the water in and all that. So they're electrical hogs. This roll around AC, which is what I have in Good Times, they're much less, and but they come with their issues. Like the onboards work better. They do cool the boat better, but they draw a lot.
Yeah, and they're not terribly efficient because the exhaust tube has all the hot air in it, and the tube is in the cabin, so that's emanating. It's like a chimney. So heat is coming out of there, coolness is coming out of the vent, and they offset each other a little bit. Plus the space consideration. There's not a lot of space on a boat. So when you have this big box and you have to constantly walk around it, I try to move it out of the way so I can open drawers, but the cord is too short, so I can only move it so much.
Yeah, and plus the windows aren't necessarily made to vent an air conditioner.
Right, yeah.
To where you have to build something to vent it out.
The marine air conditioners are hogs for power and such, but they're extremely efficient. Such a small space. When that marine HVAC is running, it heats and cools right away.
Good.
when you have enough power.
Good question for you. Where y'all getting your groceries from? Because you're out. Let me see. You out way out there. Yep. This is way out there, but
We eat dove and alligator, and there was a sandhill crane the other day. I don't know what happened to him.
tastes
But
like chicken.
he's gone now. We're kidding, of course. We didn't do that. I think I have a feather stuck on it.
Different people have brought.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I have a
Joking.
truck. Obviously, when I come and have helped get supplies. D'Artagnan brought supplies.
Yeah. We have ribs. I mean, we're like fat cats, man. Topping.
We're really only about like 20 minutes from town.
Yeah.
But
there's a gas station around the corner.
Yeah.
It's kind of like camping.
Kind of
It is like camping.
Bringing
Camping.
food. And that's
Always
it.
is.
I had mac and cheese, like a whole box of it the other day, and I put some tuna fish in there and a little soy sauce, and it was good, man. Stick to your ribs, good.
Cheers
I like
from
that
Belfast,
Y'all
New
fit.
Hampshire,
Baked potato.
Colorado.
Potatoes.
Comfort food.
Somebody's been watching our videos in Cayo Costa. You know what that tells me is we're soon about to be back underway. We're soon about to be making these videos again where we're, instead of wrenching and
Yeah.
all the stress, but all that, we're about to be underway.
Yep.
You'll start seeing some good times again.
Mm-hmm.
Any drama? That's a good one. Any drama with Boatyard residents? Hopefully reasonably and peaceful. We can't tell you all, but
Yeah. It's
Say it, pumpkin.
there's always drama in the Boatyard.
always. I think anytime you stay in one spot for too long,
Yeah, that's true.
you start to know people. I see that car and I know the guy's name that is in there. I know the guy in that boat over there, and I know, I'm learning more than I care to know about some folks, and other folks I'll miss. When those days.
Just
What's kind of funny about it, I actually, so in the marina I'm in, we were laughing because he was bringing us up on all the latest gossip from the Boatyard, just all the crazy going on. But like mine, where I was, where Good Times is, the guy, and this is how people are at marinas. Those liverboards, that's like their backyard, and that's their houses.
Uh-huh.
And
they're not wrenching all day, so they're sitting around like this most of the day.
So you gotta be careful where you park. Don't park in their parking spot. Even though you didn't know it was their parking spot.
Really, they're parking. I guess it is.
Yeah, really. But you find you don't want to stress people out, so you just whatever.
Yeah. It's. I can make a YouTube channel out of what that's like. I swear to you.
Drama or not, it's always good times.
Yeah,
Very much
it
so.
is.
It's always good times.
Well,
It's the state of mind, like
it's
you
the
said.
state. It really is. You
can let it drag you down.
Yep.
You can let it really piss you off, and or you can just kind of roll with the punches and try not to be too angry. So
I hope that's what I bring and tell people, because this could have been extremely stressful, but we had a lot of good times with it. We really did. Now it is stressful at certain times, but then we playing around and joking the whole time.
yeah, my biggest
So-
stress wasn't. I knew we'd be able to get this done, especially because of help from generous people. Like I just saw somebody did a super chat there. That really wasn't the problem. The problem was not getting hurt. Nobody should get hurt,
Yep.
and we were so careful and so meticulous. We haven't even skinned our knuckles yet. The job's not done, of course.
AO 1968-20.
Thank you. I recognize that. Thank you, bud. Appreciate that super chat.
Yeah.
I know you super chat a lot. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
But that was really the stresses were don't get hurt, and hopefully second is not to damage the boat beyond some in some catastrophic way that we're stuck here for another month. And so far, we're good on that. So
Kontiki got a little bump up there. Looks like he got a black eye.
It does, yeah.
2x4 got him in the eye.
Yeah. I had to start.
That's about the only thing other than a little dirty grease
Scar
here.
makes character.
We actually took care of the
Chicks dig
floor.
that, I'm gonna take a little marker and do stitch marks on it.
Uh-huh,
Just leave it like that for a little
Uh-huh.
bit.
All right, guys.
I knew it was gonna be like that. I
Yep.
knew when we got back, both of our boats would be a little dirtier.
Well,
My brand new fenders, you should see the scuff marks on them from the Ortona lock when I
absolutely.
went through by myself with one motor. A little rubbing and racing going on there, man.
I had a little scarf on my prop one time.
What you see?
Question from Thomas English. When is Marty getting some merch?
Oh,
You got merch.
I don't. I do have some. There's a couple things available. They're really leftovers from the kayak rental business, and that's still on Zoffender.com. But oh, no barking now. So yeah, I do want to have some good times related merchandise and stuff. Hey, no growling. There's no growling in boating.
Kids. Kids freak him out.
Yeah, they do.
That he don't like for kids for
Yeah,
some
because
reason.
they come at him like this.
Yeah, they do. They all, yeah.
And
Exactly
he's
what
like,
it
"Oh
is.
my God, get away!" they. That's probably how people see you when you're like poking at the.
Yeah,
at
when
the
I'm
screen.
poking.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to read your comments.
Yeah, and they're growling. They're like,
People say, quit poking at me. All right.
Yeah. But yeah, all's good here. In
Ryland
Moorhaven.
Delano, are you planning on painting the bottom?
No, the paint. I think the bottom paint's still decent.
Yeah. I can't. Could be a very expensive undertaking right there.
Yeah. And the prep work, if you're gonna do it
Yeah,
right, it's just
yeah.
miserable work. Maybe in New York, you know, when I winterize the boat, if we pull it out and it's on the hard.
Hey, when he calls and says he's got a bottom job,
Yeah,
I think
Mike,
I got a kitchen job.
Yeah,
to
I
do.
got something to do.
Producer producer says he's got plenty of shirts and koozies.
Plenty of
Left.
shirts and koozies left.
Plenty of shirts and koozies left.
Cool.
Sweet deal, man. That's good. You know, the koozies went so fast the first time. I kind of bumped up the price because they're really a way for people to help contribute. And I mean, I didn't break even. I made a couple dollars on the first one, but it's a lot of work to mail out everything, and so the price of the koozies went up a little bit. But they're the last of their kind. So this is not one of my koozies. This is Mike's weather page. Shout out to him in Oldsmar.
Here's
Is
a
it
good.
Oldsmar? I think he's from Oldsmar.
Yeah, it's Tampa, anyway.
Pinellas,
Like right
yeah,
there.
Mike Brown's wanting to know when you're going to be able to fish again, Marty.
Oh, I can fish. I can fish with the best of them. Catching.
He ain't
we
got
were-
no boats. Right?
We were down. Yeah, right. Well,
Good
I do.
times
I
with
do.
that.
I've got a kayak and
24
Well, yeah.
koozies left.
24 koozies left.
Yes.
That's wow.
24
So a bunch
koozies
of them
left.
sold then. That's not a lot. So
Hey,
yeah,
talk-
I mean, fishing is interesting. People have told me that there's snook right here, even though we're really close to Lake Okeechobee and it's very fresh. And there's placos, those placostomus fish. They're like this big. I don't know. Does anybody out there know that if you can eat placos or not? Are you allowed to catch them? Are they worth catching? Those armor-plated suckerfish? Because there's a whole bunch of them over there. And I've been eyeballing them because I'm starting to itch, man. I need to fish. You know?
Let me give y'all a challenge, and we've talked about it a few times, but different people say different things. But we would like to have some kind of combination logo or something, and we've talked about working on it. But anybody's interested in putting some out there, y'all know Mike at michaeljsteen.com. A lot of people say the M&M thing for Mike and Marty, but we need something for the loop, something that is common for both of us, and
Yeah, that'd be kind of neat.
people ask about that. So if you got some ideas over the next few videos, y'all be throwing them out there. Anybody that's good at artwork, send it to Mike at michaeljsteen.com, and then if we choose it, we'll definitely get you a shirt or something like that.
Question from Samson Island. How far northeast are you going?
As high as the Erie Canal. You talking about all the way north?
I reckon, yeah. I mean,
We turn.
we'll be turning left at Stewart when we pop out of the St.
Oh,
Lawrence.
no, St. Lucie.
St. Lucie.
You talking about in Florida or it was the?
It was the question was just how far northeast are you going? I'm assuming on the loop.
Oh, the loop is all
Samson's Island. Yeah.
the loop. We're going all the way to Erie Canal up to Hudson, and then turn left there, west. We're not going up into Canada and all that.
Keith said you need another beer.
Damn, somebody paying attention. Hey, I got a rum coat.
Brad Welsh,
Hey.
William, the lean.
Hey, let me do y'all a favor. This is really cool. So somebody made this for me, and look this up. You'll love this. The ocean is my church. It's guy did this song, and it's on YouTube, and it's the Freestyle Fisherman. He's a rap guy. You won't believe it, but he's a Christian. But the ocean is my church. You'll love it. look that song up and touch base with me back. But check it out.
Probably some Christian rappers out there.
He's so cool, dude. I'm telling you. She made this for me. It's See Good Times. She grabbed that out of a picture.
That's the Good Times. That's the real deal.
Grabbed it off a video, actually.
Wow.
Oh wow.
So made that for me. That's super nice. Loved it. That song, I listened to it 3 or 4 times in a row. But y'all look it up on YouTube. You'll enjoy it.
There's something about being out there when it's calm in the morning and the water's flat and the sky is red and purple and.
Shout out to Marty. Hey Marty from Matt Peel. It's from Cali.
Hi Matt.
Yeah.
The M&M there. It looks like Derek Anderson suggests on the name M&M Travels. M&M Travels.
I don't know. Keep suggesting. And I don't know that it's M&M. Somebody might come up with something cooler. But we got a logo idea coming. We just be honest with you. We've been messing with the engines and stuff.
Matt just kicked in 10 for the shout out.
Oh,
Thank you.
Awesome. We need something like Advil and Beer Productions or something.
Bill Welsh, Lean Steen the Muscle Machine.
Oh Lord!
You should have seen this dude like pulling the. We were getting the engine hoist out of the boat, and D'Artagnan and myself helped pick it up, and Mike was under it and balanced it on his shoulder. He was absolutely the fireman, walking down over the transom and down the steps with this enormous thing on his shoulder. What do you,
I'm trying to get Marty to come on, but he wouldn't for
how
some
much
reason.
does that thing weigh? Seriously.
I don't know.
Is it
Enough
easy
I can pick it up.
Easy
It'll
hundo.
be about 20 pounds.
Cheers from San Antonio, Texas. Mario Mercado.
Cool.
San Antonio.
Y'all, I was checking out. I'm
Stay
starting
warm.
to, because we're about to go, I'm starting to look at the
I'm
maps.
assuming it's cold in San Antonio.
Yeah, you bet. And I was looking at up in New York area where we're going in Sandy Hook, which is where he was talking about one of the places to go in.
Mike is very impressed, Mike Peel, that we said his name right, and he's also a fireman.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay,
he is.
cool.
From Cali. Fireman from Cali.
Kudos to you guys with all your gear
Woo!
and your,
That's right.
your tanks and stuff, and then you have the ability to pick somebody up and carry them out of a burning building. I mean,
Especially out there. Woo.
yeah.
Cool. Well,
That's awesome.
we're about to the end of this one, y'all. I'm going to do a little Muck Club live in the morning.
Sleep will be good tonight.
Yeah.
Sleep will be very good tonight.
We do got a few things to get done tomorrow, though. We got to get those
Intake manifolds
intake
on.
manifolds set. And then, guys, we moving up here real quick. Damn, that looks
Dang it, man.
big. Who was that? Who was that?
Chad?
It stopped off.
Let me see. I gotta mention this.
That's a big one, man.
Oh, that's a Hyundai.
Chad Roberts.
Chad
Thank you,
Roberts.
buddy. Good
Yes,
Lord,
sir.
man.
Chad
Good Lord. We
Roberts.
appreciate that. Also, I want to say, I said it last time, we're about to be at Moorhaven. And when we know that we're there, we're going to do a little meet up for the people in this area that we've been saying. So y'all be aware. We're about...
Easier to get to, I think, than Glades is.
Yeah, it's right in town. You're about to pull up. I'm thinking I'm bringing my barbecue grill, and we're going to grill something like we did, and we're going to have a good time.
That'd be nice.
Because we'll be there 3 or 4 days. We need to, Contique, we need to run her a little bit, make sure we get all the bugs worked out for, because you know what's next is Lake O.
Yeah,
like
so
Okeechobee.
30 miles or so.
Yeah. It's not huge. It's a morning, but you don't want
It's
to be
open.
out there and get the...
Yeah, it's open water, that's all.
But it's no problem if we'll hook up and... Can't imagine both engines ever going down.
Bentley Zimmerman's got Good Time Adventures in the name. Good Time Avengers.
I actually have that name already, but we're kind of trying to come up with something that says us together as a looping group or loop thing.
Looping group.
Doug Crosby suggests Bucket List Adventures.
Uh-huh.
Y'all keep suggesting. We'll know it when we hear it.
Yep.
We'll know it when we hear it.
Yeah. And sometimes a suggestion like that can snowball into something else. So
That's right.
Even if it's not perfect, it could lead to something. It's great. It's a great creative process.
Right, and
Hard to do until it really smacks you in the face, and then you see it, and you're like, "That's it."
it wouldn't want to just be good times. So ideally, if it's Kontiki, good times, but even if it ain't those two words, it's something that says
Good con times. No. See, that doesn't work at all.
Con times.
No, yeah. No.
Good tiki.
Good tiki time? Good. No, I don't know.
All right,
Wild
guys.
Times with Mike and Marty.
Mild times?
Wild
Wild
Times.
times. No, I don't know. We're not that wild.
Yep.
I guess sometimes.
We ain't got wild yet.
Not yet.
We're turning away from the keys. We're not going down to the
You're gonna see the
keys.
subscribers go tick 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 tick. You know,
Yeah,
we start
this is not
acting
made for
fool,
children.
You know?
Good old boy 76, Zolfenstein.
Golfenstein.
Zolfenstein. I ain't heard that one.
That sounds like Ramstein. You know?
Kayak 7 Seas, Big Bend the Loop Adventures.
No. Big Ben, no. My friend here will make fun of us.
Yeah, hey, we can't.
He's like what is it? Beavis and Butthead, you know?
Yeah, they're just waiting for that.
You
Yeah,
said
no.
Bend.
He said Ben.
Yeah, cause see, when I come up with like Mean Steen the
Yeah.
sex machine, somebody comes up with Mean Steen the drag queen or something like that.
Yeah. So it turns into kindergarten all of a sudden.
Guys, appreciate it. Hey, those
for
of
the
you
super
super
chats.
chats. Yeah, thanks
Awesome.
a lot. Thanks for all y'all's help. We're wrapping this thing up. We're
Yeah.
coming to the end.
Any of you guys helped make this happen?
Sure did.
And we're
Sure
doing
did.
it. You're making it easier and more affordable for me. And
We appreciate y'all.
Ryan
So- talk to
Smith,
you soon.
it's gonna be a good time.
Hey, you know what?
you forgot to say it.
Well, no, I didn't forget to say it. I didn't forget to say
He was
it, but
about to shut you off.
yeah, a couple times y'all know I've done the like what's around the bin, and I've already done what's around this bin.
There's a sunset right there.
Yeah, we know what's around that bin, but I'm telling you what, it's about to happen, and y'all gonna hear it real soon. Give us a couple more days, and we'll start seeing what's around that bin. We know it's gonna be. It's gonna be a good time.